Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. So I wanted to come through with a very special, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay, what messages has Spirit been trying to give you? What is your intuition telling you? Like, what do you need to know? Okay, so if that's something that interests you, please stick around. Interesting, because the way the Palo Santo is burning, it's just been matching a message I already had. But anyways, if that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box because that's going to have all the information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, why I mentioned that about the Palo Santo, like really not wanting to burn, is because I don't feel like there's much that you need to cleanse. I don't know. I'm getting that energy here. I kind of got like almost like this energy of something being very clean, your energy being extremely clean. You know, something being wiped free too, or something being resolved. So if there's any kind of negative karma that maybe you were facing, or if there's any kind of toxic situation or toxic energy, maybe there was an entity that was trying to attach to you, or somebody was trying to send the heebie-jeebie your way, or, you know, I don't know, somebody was trying to mess up your day or whatever. But there's this energy here of this isn't affecting you. It's not able to affect you. There's a very bright white light that is surrounding you, and I would never say to not do your protective measures, like to burn sage or to pray, or, you know, your salt baths or whatever it is that you do to protect yourself. While I would definitely not say to stop that, it's almost like Spirit is saying there's really not a need to go above and beyond, because you're very heavily protected and the bounce back season is very strong. So there's people around you who are getting hit hard with karma right now, getting hit hard with the energy that they're trying to put out into you. They tried to send this negative energy your way. They tried to stop you. They tried to, I'm hearing, defame you. So maybe expose you or mess up your reputation, mess up your good name at work or in the community or in your family or whatever this is. There's this energy here of this is not hitting you. You are extremely protected, okay? And yeah, everything is kind of just being washed anew. It's like squeaky clean energy. They're giving me a car that's been washed, so maybe some of y'all are going to be washing your car. You need to wash your car, or there's something here about that, okay? With clean energy here, just something is clean. So take that as it resonates. Maybe you guys are, you know, taking part in a little bit of spring cleaning right now, okay? You know, cleaning out your closet, cleaning out your attic or your basement, or, you know, your storage area, your storage room. There's something about that, like going through old things, cleaning, removing things, thinning things down. Some of you guys might want to be into a more like minimalistic type of vibe here, where you don't want all the clutter around you. You just want a very clean energy, clean vibe. So yeah, there's something about that. It's very interesting. I'm also, as I'm looking at the trees outside, it's like it's happened overnight almost. There's like this burst of growth, because I have a lot of trees on my property where I live, like a lot. And so I've had to have my yard taken care of several times during the winter because of all the leaves. Like, it's been ridiculous, okay? But it's like I can see 1 or 2 or 3 like fall dead leaves that are still going to fall off, but for the most part it's all this like bright green new growth that is suddenly bursting from the branches where they were barren and like empty before. And it's just something here where like spring is sprung, y'all. You know what I mean? Like spring is sprung. There's growth, there's new growth, and you could be feeling like there's new growth that has suddenly just popped up overnight in your life or something, okay? But yeah, it's like something is growing or something new is here, or it's just like it's a change of the seasons, and that's what Spirit wants you to know. There could still be some old stagnant energy that is in the process of falling away, but you have a lot of new growth that's in your life. Let's get some angel numbers. We're just going to get a few, okay? Angel numbers for what you want Gemini to know right now, Spirit. 228. Some of y'all could have been born on the 28th, okay? It says the universe is reminding you that your journey and experiences are led by your intentions and prayers. Get focused on your desired outcome to experience it, right? So basically this to me is Spirit saying that you're in control of this ride here, you know? Like your journey, the experiences that you have, it's led by whatever intentions, desires, prayers that you have for yourself. So Spirit wants you to know that it is co-creating with you, but get focused on what you want to be your desired outcome to be, what changes you want to see in your life, what you want to invest in, what you want to move forward or develop. Because there's an energy here of this being able to happen for you, and you're going to experience exactly what you're trying to achieve, okay? So that's a really positive message. Let's get another one here, okay? 637. It says, know that your intentions and manifestation prayers are being noted and answered in the perfect time space sequence for your soul and the highest good of the world. Your angels are encouraging you to trust and be patient here, okay? So yeah, there's something here about manifestation, okay? And it's interesting too because they're giving me this scene from The Matrix, which is so funny because it showed up in a personal reading, and I wasn't expecting it to show up in the collective one. But they're giving me the scene from The Matrix where he's in like the loading area, basically. It's the in-between. They're not in the Matrix, but they're still plugged into a computer system. And it's like that white room where then he can bring they can load things basically. Like they can load a new training simulation or whatever. But there's that bit where they're just in that white room together, Neo and Morpheus. And that's kind of what they're giving me, you're Neo, Spirit is Morpheus or whatever, and there's this energy of you guys co-creating and figuring out what you want to load next, okay? So there's a big strong energy here of manifestation and growth, new growth that's happening here, okay? Let's get one more, guys. One more. I'm gonna try to get something towards the beginning, okay? So we have 202. You are being guided by God and angels to open your heart, mind, and energy to the support of those surrounding you, okay? So yeah, Spirit is saying again, there's that energy here that you are extremely protected, you're extremely supported, you're extremely guided here, okay? And to open your heart, your mind, your body, your energy up to that energy because you're being supported. Let me pause this because I need to put in my charger. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. It gave me the warning because I've been filming all day, so yeah, my battery's already drained and it's only 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You're right, Gemini problems. Anyways, so yeah, so that's what Spirit is saying right now is that you're being guided, you're being supported, and to open yourself up to that guidance and support. There's something here about stepping away from fear, stepping into faith, knowing that everything that you're working hard to achieve right now, it is happening or it's going to happen, okay? Let's get an animal message because we're doing the whole kit and caboodle today. So let's get an animal. I'm like, where the heck is my deck at? All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for Gemini? What do you need Gemini to know, okay? What do you need Gemini to know, Spirit? What do you need Gemini to know? What messages do you have for them? We have the cosmic egg. Ooh, that's a good one because that is definitely talking about the end of a cycle, okay? It's talking about the ending of something. All right, like you have completed a cycle and now it's time to begin a new one. And with the snake energy, it's giving the energy of shedding an old skin and allowing yourself to step in and evolve into who you are, right? Who you're meant to be. There's also some kind of massive potential or spiritual energy that you have within you that maybe you have not felt safe to release out into the world or to your community or to people around you. There could be something very sacred that you're holding to yourself, you're protecting it. And so there's this energy here of Spirit saying that you are free to be who you are. There's an energy of allowing yourself to step into this new beginning, allowing yourself to open up to the possibilities of who you're meant to be, okay? I feel like you're testing the energy of things around you to see if people can handle the new you or if there's going to be any problems, any static here, because you're very protective of whatever this magic or this potential is that you have within yourself. It's also a card of ether here, so very connected to the divine, very connected to the cycles of life and the entire universe, okay? And knowing that everything and all is connected. So it's a very powerful card. And if memory serves me correct, it's the last one in the deck. Does memory serve me? It does. Yes, it's the last card. And it has a lot of big words, so bear with me as I read this, okay? Cosmic egg, completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. I hope that's how you say that, okay? The cosmic egg is the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never, quote unquote, get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of the modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning, that we hold on to in life, and that we hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end, okay? So that is that energy here when we look at the cosmic egg again. Something has ended, like I said with the trees that I was seeing, where there's a couple dead leaves that are still meant to fall, but that season is over. You know, like we're suddenly into growth. We are into a brand new beginning. We have a clean slate, a fresh start here. And that is exactly the energy of what's taking place. You've completed something. There's a sense of harmony. And there's a sense here of expansion or the endless possibilities. When I see eggs, I always think of possibilities, untapped potential and divination, okay? So there's something here that hasn't quite revealed itself or opened itself up fully. It hasn't quite hatched, if you will, but it's still present. It's still there. It's like you're stepping into this new journey, okay? And so Spirit is asking you to remove any kind of feelings of we'll never get there, or that we're disconnected, or that we're traveling alone. It's interesting because the angel numbers were talking about opening yourself up to the support, right, of the divine, knowing that you are being supported by Spirit, by your angels, by your ancestors, that you're not alone. So there's a feeling here of seeing how you are all connected. Everybody's connected. You know, I'm connected to you. You're connected to me. We're connected to we, right? Everybody is connected. Everything is connected, and it all works in tandem. You know, when the dead leaves fall from the tree, it goes into the ground, and if it's mulched up, it starts to decay. It starts to go back into the earth and give nutrients, give food for those trees to continue to grow and sprout out new life. That's the cycle, okay, that's happening here in your life. All right, so there's a sense of completion, harmony, interconnectedness here, and stepping into the new journey, right? Stepping into the newness that's awakening. Whew, okay, y'all. Well, we're going to use the color mage because I feel like it's one of those type of readings, you know? I've been pulling for this deck a lot more. We're going to use the color mage. We're going to use the vision quest because I feel like it's just about that time for that. And then for our clarifying, or at the end, what am I talking about, girl? Not clarifying. For the advice and additional messages, I'm not sure if I want to use the birds or if I want to use the apothecary. I think I might use the birds though. So, you know, I do love the birds. Okay. I know y'all love the birds too. All right, so let's go ahead and bounce right into this, okay? So let me get a drink of my smoothie. Sorry, y'all are like, dang, that must be good. It is. Just in case you want to know what my smoothie recipe is. Frozen bananas, frozen strawberries, prunes, yes, I like prunes, peanut butter powder, and almond milk. Damn, it's good, okay? Anyway, so let's go ahead and continue on with the message. So, Spirit, what do you have to say to Gemini? What do you need them to know right now? We have card number 87, Kiss, Goddess Freya. Some of you guys could be born in 1987, okay? Perhaps. We have Card number 28 on the bottom of the deck, pumpkin. Dance for life and love. You know, it's interesting because I'm not really getting a love message here for this reading, but this is just general what Spirit wants you to know. For some of you guys, you are connecting with somebody and there is this energy of like a sweet kiss. For me, it's like affection, or it's like attention, or it's, you know, a connectedness. And then with the pumpkin, dance for life and love, there's something here where you're just feeling inspired, you're feeling motivated, you're feeling in love with life, you're feeling very grateful, very harmonious, very balanced right now. Things are just good, you know, and that is such a positive message that we've been picking up recently. I also feel like Spirit wants to kiss you in a sense, not in a crazy way, y'all, but there's just this energy here of like wanting to show you affection, because that's what a kiss is for me in divination. It's a display of affection. It's a display of closeness. And I feel like some of you guys have been kissed by the divine. Okay? So, I don't know. For some reason, I don't know why they're showing me. Maybe some of you guys were one of those kids that had one of those strawberries on your head. You know how like there's that little red bump that some babies will have on their head and it goes away with time. I don't know why they're showing me that. Maybe for some of you guys, somebody had that, or maybe when your kids, your grandchildren, your nieces, nephews, somebody has that. But it's almost like being kissed by the angels. There could also be somebody who has a crazy cowlick in their hair, or like in the middle their hair goes all crazy, or there's a piece of hair that always flies up, like sits straight up. It's something here about like being touched by the angels, being touched by Spirit. I almost wanted to say God too, so I feel like some of you guys, that's what you call it. It doesn't matter to me, to be honest with you. I'm kind of starting to lean more into that, which is strange for me, because the only reason I call Spirit is because of my ancestors, because it's always been a way to pay homage to my ancestors and to feel close. But for the majority of my life, I did call Spirit God. But there's something here about me like feeling that energy a little bit more. So I don't know, maybe there's like a shift in your philosophy, or a shift in how you're connecting or something to the divine. But there's definitely this energy here of being like touched, okay? Like being touched by an angel, or being touched by the divine, or having this affection that Spirit shows you. Like I feel like Spirit don't play about you. Whoever you are, Gemini, like Spirit does not play about you. Okay, you are heavily cloaked, heavily protected, heavily directed. You have a mission, you have a purpose here. We have card number 23, Illumination, Firefly. Yeah, there's like a light bulb that's went off here. You know, you're very much guided, or you're awakening to this awareness that's within you. And we never stop awakening, we never stop growing, we never stop evolving and changing. Like with the snake energy, that's the cool thing about snakes, is that they shed their skin and they're still the same snake, but they evolve, they grow, their patterns can change, they get bigger. You know, they go through that transformation so often of shedding the skin. It's like releasing the old to welcome the new. And I feel like there's something here with that. Now, Firefly for me is like inspiration too. It's like you have this inner light or illumination that shines out to other people, and you can be a guiding light for others, right? Because with Imperial, card number 64, sovereignty, it's like you are self-sovereign, you know? You really do know where you're going. You know who you are. And there's a very big royal energy here too. So your ancestors could have been royals. Whether they had those titles or were treated like royals or not, it doesn't matter. There's a spiritual war. I wanted to say royalty, but I almost said warrior. Some of your ancestors could have been spiritual warriors, but I'm getting the energy of like being very connected to the divine. Like your ancestors were very connected to the divine, and so you are too. And so you also have been like kissed with some kind of wisdom or vision or guidance messages that not everybody around you has. So you're able to prophesize, you're able to see things that people aren't able to see, you're able to connect in ways that other people aren't able to connect in. You notice everything, you know what I mean? Like you notice when the trees have made their change. Some people might not. Some people might just be like, dang, it's hot as heck, or just going about their day, looking down, not really looking around, but you notice that the trees are changing. You notice that there's baby animals appearing. You notice that there's flowers. You notice that the pollinators are out more. You know, you're very connected here. There's like an illumination or awareness that's happening. It's happening from the inside, you know, but it's given to you by the divine, basically, okay? We have new time, card number 36, inner calm and balance. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the energy I'm getting here. Like you're very calm, you're very balanced here. Let's see what else we have here. What do you want Gemini to know, or what do you want to say to them? We have card number 12, Light Apricot. Release your fears. That was what I had said, you know? Stepping out of fear, stepping into faith here. Faith that you are on the right path. Faith that you are who you are for a reason. That you have the gifts and the mission and the purpose that you have for a reason. And is everybody going to get it? No. No, absolutely not. And that's not the point. The point isn't for everybody to get it either. The point is for you to get it. And the point is for your vibe to attract your tribe. You know? You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, Gemini. And we talk about this a lot. Not everybody's going to understand the vision. Even your own family might ostracize you or call you crazy. The ones that are supposed to protect you and love you the most could turn their back on you. But that doesn't mean that you're alone, you know? Spirit has a tribe for you, or Spirit has a place for you. And I see that fear too with the cosmic egg. You know, that's what the book was talking about, with feeling disconnected, feeling alone, feeling like you're never going to get there. You know, like this is all a waste of time, or it's not real, right? There's the energy here with the egg too, of how the snake is in a very protective energy, you know, wrapped around the egg, because the the snake is feeling that fear of possibly what it holds so precious to it being crushed or being stolen away, you know? So some of you guys, you know, what Spirit is saying is that you don't have to fear. You don't have to fear anything being stolen away. You don't have to fear losing anything. Card number 28 is back on the bottom of the deck. Pumpkin, dance for life and love. Don't be afraid to be your authentic self. Don't be afraid to walk to the beat of your own drum. Dance to the beat of your own drum. Some of you guys could like to play music, or you could be into that, or maybe wanting to learn an instrument, or, you know, maybe you're a singer, or you do art, or you're creative, or whatever. But there's an energy here of like being more on the outskirts, but being okay with that, and that not necessarily being a bad thing. Now, when you're an outsider or when you're a loner, yeah, it can be lonely and it's not always fun. I mean, I don't think I've ever minced words about that. People outcasting you, people, you know, trying to judge you or make you feel some type of way. But at the same time, that's not where the focus is at. The focus isn't on, oh, people don't want to be around me, people don't want to hang around me, it's hard being lonely. The focus is, I am protected, I am sheltered for a reason. I am disconnected from others and isolated, where I'm by myself, or I'm only allowed to be around certain people for a reason. It's a blessing, right? It's a blessing from the divine to be sheltered, to be put into a glass bubble, because Spirit sees you as worthy. Spirit sees you as different, sees you as something that doesn't need to mix and mingle with just every energy. You're top shelf liquor. We talk about that. You know, you're not meant to be just, you know, used and abused and rubbed up on and grabbed and all by just anybody. Only Spirit's people, right? Only Spirit's chosen people should be with Spirit's chosen people. So if you feel like you've been isolated, if you feel like it's hard to even, let alone find a lover, right? But it's hard to find like friends, people who will connect with you, people who will support you, people that, you know, you can have a mutual connection of support. It's because there's not a lot of people like us, right? But when you find these people, it's like it clicks, and there's an energy of cherishing that, okay? So yeah, Spirit wants you to release any kind of fears that you might be feeling in regards to your path, your journey, the road ahead, okay? What you have before you, because some of you guys have really big missions where you will be illuminated. You will be seen. You will also gain some kind of recognition here with the kiss, but you will have to be seen. You will have to be your authentic self, you know, and it's not easy. It's not easy. And you can play the game, you could be in the Matrix, and you could, you know, hide yourself away, and then maybe come have, like, because it's almost giving like the energy of Neo with the Matrix. How before he met Morpheus and Trinity and everything, he was Mr. Anderson, right? During the day, and he was living his little whatever, I don't know what he was, I think he was an accountant or something, but he was living his little life and everything. And then when he ran into, and he would go home basically at night, and he would search and search and search for the Matrix, and like that was his other life, like living that double life. But then when he met Trinity, and then he, you know, consequently met Morpheus, because of that, it's like you have the choice now. You can either step into who you really are and say goodbye to Mr. Anderson, or you can choose to go ahead and step into Mr. Anderson, but the time of doing both is over, you know? So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here with you, is Spirit's like giving you the red pill or the blue pill and almost asking you to decide. Do you want to step into what I see for you, what you see for you, what your actual purpose and divine mission is? Or do you want to continue to hide yourself because you're afraid of what other people might think, how this might work out, where this will all lead you? You know? That's what I'm getting, guys, okay? Anything else? We have card number 108, Tincture. Find the cure. I feel like a lot of you guys are healers. There's something about being able to do soul retrieval, being able to do Reiki, being able to read auras, being able to read energy, being able to banish negative entities, being able to kind of bless people, cleanse people, heal houses, heal properties, heal homes, heal animals. There's something here where you're a healer. And you had to find the cure within yourself too. And I feel like it was to step into yourself. That's the cure. So if you're wondering like why I can't get out of this in between, and I'm trying to get to the other side, like I'm trying to get to where I'm meant to be and I can't figure out how to do that, that's what the answer is. It's accepting yourself in full totality here, okay? And not being afraid of other people's judgments or whatever. I kind of went through this, just not to, you know, make this about me, but I did kind of go through this with my last job where, you know, not letting people know that I read tarot and covering up my tattoo on my shoulder that has the tarot suit. Like covering that up, never letting anybody see that, never talking about tarot, like never like letting people know anything about who I really was. And now I live a life where I'm free, and I be rocking tank tops all the time where my tarot tattoo is showing now. And you know what? I get compliments on it too. I get people going, "Oh, I love your tattoo." It's like, but I was afraid to actually like step into who I was because I was afraid of that judgment. I was afraid of that affecting my career. You know, because I was very much in the public eye with my career, and it was, you know, the school system, and it was a very Christian, like straight-laced school system. But now I don't have to play by anybody else's rules, right, Neo? I create my own rules. So that's the cure here, okay? But that's also going to open you up to the cure for other people, because again, you're not meant to just keep this good energy all to yourself, Gemini, right? You're meant to put it into the earth. You're meant to put it into animals. You're meant to put it into other people. You're meant to, you know, heal things. Continue to heal yourself. Continue to show people the way to heal themselves, and then to also heal the planet. So yeah, activists, environmentalists, humanitarians, you know, lighthouses, light workers, that's the kind of energy that I'm reading for, guys. That's my vibe. That's my tribe, okay? I love it too, you know? So, whew, it's a powerful message. Last but not least, we got Burgundy, card number 1, Passions and Sex. With the Dusty Rose, card number 42, your love has aged. Yeah, it's like what you feel passionate about has aged, you know? And also, when I think of sex and divination, I think of an energy exchange. It doesn't necessarily have to be that Spirit's talking just about that, although we do have Kiss and we have this. So yeah, there could be somebody that's very special to you that you're connecting with, that it might eventually one day go there. No pressure or rush for y'all, because I know there's a lot of celibate people here in my collective. I'm just saying that might be something that happens. But if that's not the case here, what this is talking about is the energy exchange, what you're exchanging energy with, what you're passionate about, what you're investing in. This is also card number 1, which is the Magician, manifestation. Okay? So, Dusty Rose here, your love has aged. What you love has aged. It's changed. What you find purpose in has changed. What you feel passionate about has changed. What you want to invest in has changed. What you want to exchange energy with, it's not the same anymore. You know, you've changed, you've evolved, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's exactly what was supposed to happen, is what Spirit is saying, okay? Let's get some additional messages out here. I'm not going to clarify everything individually, so we'll be here forever. But I'll just put some cards out to go along with what Spirit wants you to know. We have Balance, Temperance coming out. Okay. And there's something here with the dragonflies, because for me, dragonflies are like epiphanies. It's transformation. It's clarity within your mind, you know? And I feel like there's something here where you are having a lot of this awakening with the firefly energy that's happening here. It's showing you that you're safe. When I see people wrapped up in blankets and divination, it makes me feel like comfort, security, being safe, being protected. And I feel like Spirit wants you to know that everything right now that's happening is happening for a reason. And there's this big energy coming through of balance, of tranquility. You know, but you have both of these forces within you too, because you have the Father of Air, the King of Swords, that is not afraid to tell it like it is not afraid to get down and dirty and do what's necessary and make the hard decisions, you know. But then you also have the King of Pentacles energy that's very grounded, very secure, you know, very wise and very abundant too. He's got that big old bowl of, I don't know, it looks like corn or something to me, but either way, it's abundance. So you are very abundant, and there's something here where with your bowl that's on top of your head, it's almost like this abundance comes through down from your crown. So it comes from Spirit. So a lot of you guys are meant to create, or you're meant to, you know, your spiritual practice is meant to bring you in some kind of abundance. I just want y'all to know that I'm making an effort to learn Roman numerals. I know we thought hell would freeze over before that had happened, okay? But the devil's probably in a sweater right now because Jessica is definitely trying to learn these Roman numerals because I want to know what these cards are. I want to memorize this stuff and be able to know when I read different decks what this is. I'm pretty sure Spiritual Warrior is the Chariot, but it could be Justice. Either way, I feel like there's movement here. And I do find you to be a spiritual warrior. I feel like Spirit sees you as somebody who's meant to be a spiritual warrior. So you might see scary things. You might astral travel. You might go to different realms. You might kind of be able to see when there's negative attachments that are on people and there's negative energy in a house or in a person. And you might have really shied away from that in the past because it's like, I don't want to get involved in that. I don't want that messing up my energy and disrupting my flow. I'm good on that. I'm trying to keep my balance. I'm trying to keep my tranquility, right? But there's something here where you can go in and you can banish that energy. You can heal that energy. You can cleanse it. You know, you don't have to be afraid of anything kind of attaching itself to you or disrupting your life. Like, you hold the energy, okay? You don't have to be afraid of any kind of interference here or anything like that. It's like you hold your energy. Okay, what else do we have here for a Gemini gang, please? What else do you want them to know, Spirit? We have Father of Water, so King of Cups. Yeah, that's that emotional maturity that's coming through here. Why? Because you have this structured groundedness within. Inner order here. Card number, card 8 of Pentacles. Everything is in alignment. Everything within you is balanced. And so because of that, everything on the outside is starting to balance. You might have went through a very chaotic shift, or some of you guys could even be in the process still of this chaotic shift. And this is what Spirit's trying to tell you. This is what's happening. The more you find the cure, the more that you let your passions and your energy exchanges age and grow and mature and refine, the more you face your fears, the more you allow yourself to illuminate, the more you accept that you are a chosen person with the kiss energy. This is where this inner order is at. The 8 of Pentacles, the pumpkin, it also, for me, we saw the pumpkin a lot with the color mage, but the pumpkin talks about, for me, abundance, harvest. Something to be grateful for, something to be thankful for, okay? Some of you guys could have also met a King of Cups or Queen of Cups character. This is somebody who comes with some kind of sustenance. They're very much put together, right? This is somebody who, I don't know, they're very deep, they're very loving, they're very nurturing, empathetic, understanding, gentle, kind, patient. I mean, you know, the whole shebang is the energy I'm getting. This person not only has balance in their own life, but they notice the balance within yours as well. So that's for somebody here. Some of you guys could be very connected to the waters or just any kind of water, lakes, rivers, springs, creeks, okay? Swamp, whatever, any kind of water. I feel like there's something here about being connected to the water. But also at the same time, with the waterfalls in the background here, it's making me feel like emotional, like flowing, like emotions flowing. Not stopping your emotions, allowing yourself to feel how you feel and leaning into it and trusting. We have the card number, it's the Medicine Woman. It's the second one. So the High Priestess. technically the third card in the tarot, but still, second one. Yeah, so High Priestess, Medicine Woman, right? Shaman. And some of you guys are a shaman, or you're just a light worker, healer, regardless of what label you want to give things. That's why, you know, as I evolve into this with like the whole God versus spirit thing, it doesn't matter. And that's what Spirit has told me. It really doesn't matter. You can call yourself a shaman. You can call yourself a medicine man or a medicine woman. You can call yourself a practitioner. You can call yourself a light. You can call yourself a light worker, a lighthouse, a healer. It doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. Okay? And the universe resides within you, and you put that energy back out. Okay? So a lot of you guys are just strongly tapped in. I mean, Temperance, King of Cups, the High Priestess. Yeah, you get messages from the divine. You know, like life's secrets, you know? And I also feel like with the Seven of Air, futility, I think that's how you say that. But I know what that means. It means like pointless or a waste of time. You know, standing your ground when it doesn't even matter. I feel like that's how you look at other people who maybe aren't on the same journey as you, like wasting their time, or you see things that are a waste of time, like maybe being on social media or something like that, or just like, you know, gossiping and getting caught up in the drama and you know, the Met Gala, right? And all this like celebrities, like you don't care about any of that. Is the energy I'm getting. Like that's nothing. That's a distraction. That's matrix garbage that I feel like you're not even resonating or vibrating with anymore. You know? So you might be seeing beyond things that used to waste your time, which goes really well with that, you know, burgundy, and your love has aged, because that's that energy here. Like maybe I used to follow fashion shows, or maybe I used to, you know, care about what was going on with this celebrity or what was happening with the gossip at work, or, you know, and I just don't anymore. You know, I'd rather sit there and pray, or I'd rather sit there and smudge or offer blessings to the universe, or I'd rather heal people. And I'd rather take the time to talk about them and what's going on with them. You know, what's happening deep within them, and not what's happening with, I don't know, their family or their friends or whatever. Like, let's talk about you. What do you need help with, you know, or where are you at emotionally or spiritually? There's just like a big energy here of not wasting your time anymore on things that don't matter, okay? And that is the cure. One more for Gemini gang, for what you want them to know, Spirit. One more, please. Some of y'all could be seeing a lot of birds, like falcons, hawks, birds of prey, okay? There's something about that. Like this bird could be your totem animal. You might also be seeing dragonflies. You could be seeing fish too. Some of you guys might be being called to eat more fish and eat less like chicken, beef, I don't know, something like that. Or maybe you're being called to be a vegetarian or a pescatarian, or I don't know, something-tarian, okay? We have the Emperor, grandfather energy. I feel like some of you guys might have a grandfather that watches you, okay, or a passed on loved one that watches you, that like guides you, leads you, protects you. But with the grandfather, the buffalo and the Emperor, we have a lot of stability coming through, okay? I haven't said zodiacs, but Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, Aries, okay? But yeah, there's something here about maybe like you were an elder in a past life, or you come from a long line of elders, people who are very wise, again, people who have like spiritual royalty in their blood. And there's something here about you having that too, you know? And with the buffalo energy, I think about endurance and being able to endure the hardships, but also being able to see beyond the hardships, to know that just because things like happen that are bad, like let's say, you know, maybe the crops didn't come in the way that they were supposed to, or maybe you didn't get the job, or maybe a relationship fell through, or maybe, you know, something happened, you know, there was some kind of, I don't want to put anything to the air, but like just something bad happened, right? It's like the Emperor energy, the buffalo energy is able to see beyond the hardships, is being able to see that, you know, tough times don't last, but tough people do, basically. And even though right now I might be feeling like I'm seeing, like I'm going through it and I'm seeing a lot of negativity, or I'm seeing a lot of bad things, it's basically like strength training. It's strength conditioning for the buffalo. The buffalo has a very thick skin. It's able to take a lot, you know? I don't know that there's stories of like, you know, people like shooting the buffaloes back in the day with like the arrows, and sometimes the arrow wouldn't even penetrate the buffalo because their skin and their hide is so thick, you know? So it's like people might take shots, basically, is what I'm getting from that, and they're not gonna hit. Okay, they might get stuck in like your hair or something, or they might like bounce right off, or they might even break the arrow clean in half. Okay, because your hide is so strong, your skin is so thick, you've been through so much, you bend, you don't break, right? You have been basically beat and pounded and tenderized, okay, like a piece of chicken with a mallet, to the point of now where you're extra flimsy. Like it takes a lot, you know, because we've talked about this before, where people who have never been through anything, first thing that happens bad to them, they fall apart, they break, they can't cope, they can't handle it, because they have never had to survive, they've never had to push forward, and that's just not your energy, you know. You are built for that, you're built for this, basically. All right, guys, let's get advice and additional messages and close this reading out. For Gemini gang spirit, advice and additional messages on what you need them to know. We're going to take both of these. We have the white eagle. The connection to divine guidance is within you. Yeah, because you're a freaking psychic, or you're a freaking messenger, right? You are definitely like one of spirit's chosen ones, right? So you have a direct connection, a direct line to the divine. You know, some of you guys might talk to spirit more than you talk to people. Or you might trust spirit more than you trust people, more than you trust, you know. Like, I know the weatherman told me it's going to rain today, but spirit's saying it's going to be sunny. You know, so that's what you believe. That's what you go with. And wouldn't you know it, it's sunny that day and it doesn't rain. It's like you listen to whatever spirit is telling you. You know? You have such a deep connection is what it feels like. We have the magpie. Reevaluate your priorities. It's time to let go of what you no longer need. That is literally that burgundy energy with your love has aged. Because passion, sex, desire, these are not bad things. You know, it's not a bad thing to desire something or somebody, or to want to experience these things. It's just the caliber of person that you want to experience it with has changed, right? The caliber of what you want to invest in, what your passions are, that has changed. You're not on the same level anymore. I feel like a lot of you guys have reevaluated your priorities. You are letting go of things that are not serving you anymore. You are stepping into a more grounded, stable life that has intention, it has direction, because now you have that intentionalness within yourself. You know where you're going. You know who you are. And maybe you were scared to let it out, or scared to kind of face it. And it doesn't even have to be just because of what other people think, guys. It could be you scared to face it because that makes it suddenly more real. And once we face something, we kind of have to do something with it, you know? What else do we have here? We have the woodpecker. It says, use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals and find a new rhythm. That's exactly what you're doing. You know, you're finding a new rhythm here. And you're using your discernment, right? That endurance, that tenacity that you have earned through your life, through all the hardship you went through. You're using that fortitude that you have to actually push forward and achieve your goals here. And we have the duck. Find comfort and balance in the simple ways because you have support all around you. That is literally mimicking everything that we've talked about. Spirit saying you have divine support. You have supreme support, okay? I got to let you guys go. My son literally just got home. He's home a little earlier, but it's okay. Everything happened in divine timing, right? So I do hope it helps. Hope it resonates. Hope it does something. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.